Alright, so I've painted the whole mount. I got the shroud painted. I got all the metal tubes painted. And we've taken sponge tape here. It's it says it's 3/8 inch of a thick and 3/4 inches wide. And so there's sponge, the sticking backing all the way around there, and also there's like a box built around that transcooler, so it has to suck air through the center of it. There's like an air dam built into it. And then I got insulation for like pipe wrapped around the top bar and that, so it blocks this gap off, so it has to come through the front. And it also helps support that radiator there bolted down, not to bounce around. So there's the edge, there's the edge on the the edge stuff on there, and then also that foam, so it doesn't roll a hole in it. And then what we've done is we've come in here, and you see how the fan, how I notched it out for the fan. So it has foam underneath here, but that came with the kit. And then you push these through. You see I got 4. The ones you want, so that what I found is there's 2 different types of these. You see those little black pieces, the collars that are actually supposed to hold it. This kit what'll come with it is junk. Throw it away. I buy these in like packs of 4 off eBay, and the hold down for it will be like this. It won't have that little collar, so it'll capture on there. So you push these through and then put that in there, and it'll tighten up. And that's what's holding all this together. That's what's holding that fan on. That's what's holding this shroud on. There's one on each corner. And then there's also 4 of them. So the transcooler's held on, and then the fan's held on back here behind it. And you see the little piece of foam. So there's a little piece of foam in between everything. And I got it all painted up. And then we drilled a hole, put a grommet, and I got it labeled. We've already hooked it to a battery to see, because you flip these 2 wires around. We want it to blow air this way, so it's a pull instead of a push. But if you flip these around, it'll push instead of pull. So we've already tested it to know how to wire it later. You notice I have an outer coating. Here's a piece of that foam insulation. It's like for like 8 foot, it's $2 for this stuff. So I just wrapped that bar and filled this edge. And you can see the foam all the way around. So this thing's sealed real well. The air has to come, that's what we want, is the air to come through. And you see the wire, I've added to the wire and then wire tied it to the radiator out there, so it can't get pulled into that fan. Like, it's wire tied to the radiator and all that. So, and then it'll come out here, and I'll make a connection so that you can take the fan on and off. Yeah, but so this is basically all done. I'll put the front end back together. I'm gonna put the fan back on. I can reach my hand in there and put the bolts on and tighten them through the fan blade. So I'm going to put that fan in there now and get the belt back on for the alternator, get the alternator tight, and we're ready. And I got some orange paint. We've came in here and shot, these feet that we made. We shot them all orange to match. So the bottom of the mount for the, that's all been touched up. So we're ready to put the front end back on. And then we're going to get it up on jack stands, get the exhaust off, painted and wrapped. So we're doing pretty good. So on the little lathe, I made this brass bushing. So this will slide real tight onto there. But I need to go over there and turn that pulley down, because the pulley doesn't have enough room for this to grab it all. So I need to take like an 1/8 inch off that pulley. So this grabs the front of that nose. I got it set up on the big lathe now. I'm gonna turn some down just so that this will drop onto that little boss. So I got this chucked up on the big lathe, and I got this tool in here, and I've set it so it doesn't come around and cut that tool. So I'll cut it flush. So we're set up. You know, this really doesn't matter, that it's not going to throw the belt a lot, but I got it set up here, and we're going to take, see, it's got like 3/8 of an inch, and it's set up for countersink bolts. So we're just going to take, you know, approximately an 1/8 off, just enough for that boss to stick out the end there. So most likely, yeah, I'm going to turn it. You see how this is machined. I'm going to turn it to where I just get into this part. So, alright, we're going to turn this down now. Alright, so you see I'm machining the face off. Just power cutting it through there. So, a couple cuts. I could do it all in aluminum, but I really don't want to grab the inside. I don't have my aluminum soft jaws on this. You'll never see the inside. It gets marked up. But do it real slow and passes, and cut it down just enough so I can grab something with that boss. Alright, I'm going to finish this. Alright, so since I turned this face down, not the back side of that, the pulleys still line up. But now that boss I made goes in there. You see it sticks out. So now it goes in there and it catches. So that thing's, you know, once I pull the bolts down, it'll have something in the center holding it. So we got it fixed up right now, and you can see how it came out. So we got plenty of thickness on the pulley still. You can see it's at least a 1/4 inch thick still. So we got plenty of that. We got it all turned down there, and just as far as I wanted to go. I went right to the edge of them. So we're going to put the fan on now that we've fixed up the front of this, and then put the alternator pulley on. Alright, so we got plenty of clearance on the fan. It's all bolted up now. You know, there's 2 inches in there between the electric one and the mechanical one, but we should be in good shape. Or I'm gonna put the alternator belt on, and then we're gonna move to the exhaust. Alright, got both the exhaust pipes off, and we're gonna get them painted black, and then we're gonna wrap the front. So I'm gonna paint them. Alright, we got them all painted with high heat header paint. We're gonna let them dry, and then we're gonna come back and wrap the front with I got 50 foot of 2-inch wrap. We're gonna wrap it, put hose clamps on it, and it should look better. Hide them a little bit under the car, and the paint ain't gonna burn off. Alright, so we got it wrapped up here, and we already got one installed, but it's wrapped so it doesn't burn up that stuff in the engine bay. We're gonna install this one on. Alright, so we put a new oil filter on, and we got the oil filter, you know, remote one out here, and we got everything here heat wrapped. And it's all black, so it hides it a little bit more under the car. But we got both of them wrapped, and you know, this side it's wrapped underneath this master cylinder now, and I think it's looking really good. So we're gonna put it on the ground, put the front end back on it. All right, so we got that exhaust all blacked out now, so it's not bright silver hanging out of the car. We got it all bolted back on. We got the front end done. We got the radiator shroud, radiator mount, front end mount. We got the exhaust all wrapped up, oil filter. Been a pretty good weekend. And yeah, so we're gonna call it for the night and regroup, buy some supplies. We ran out of welding gas. We got just like 20 pounds left in the bottle, so got lucky on that one. But if you like this kind of stuff, check back in. Have a nice day.